Hi everyone, today I'm going to show you some sketching techniques while drawing a rose. To start out though, you can always just use basic shapes if you want to. So I'll just get straight into it. First off, I map out the general size of the rose. I do this so then I have a better idea of how big the individual rose petals need to be. Nothing super accurate, just a couple of soft lines. So the main thing you need to do to get that sketch look is build up the line using small strokes. You never draw a harsh line and you hold your pencil lightly on its side. Notice how I change my hand position depending on the direction of the strokes. You'll want to avoid using an eraser straight away. At this point, if you make a mistake, gradually adjust the direction of your pencil strokes. You'll start to notice a bigger build-up of lines. That's what you want. I'm just using a regular HB pencil. Afterwards I'll be using some graphite, but if you want to, you can use a graphite pencil for the whole thing. At this point, you're just getting the shape down. You'll refine it after, so remember to keep your pencil strokes very light. It's similar to a painting motion, only with a pencil. So maybe you've noticed I've not had to correct too many of my lines up until now. I've been doing art a really long time, and most of the time my initial sketch tends to be fairly accurate. But for some reason my sketching is all over the place when I do portraits, which is weird because that's basically all I do. But my point is, don't feel bad if you feel that all your sketches are messy. A messy sketch is just something for you to build upon and refine. If you look at some of Da Vinci's sketches, he's got lines all over the place, and he was a genius. So it just depends on the effect that you'd like to do. So I know it's a cliche and you guys will hate me. Practice does make perfect. But perfect isn't necessarily what you want with sketching. That's just me covering myself in case this rose turns out badly. When your drawing is more developed, you can go back with an eraser and rub out those extra lines. You can also do this at the end as well, that's fine. But if you do want your art to have that sketchy look, you can leave those in. But this ties in with what I'll show you now, which is refining your lines. I'm using a 4B graphite pencil. Naturally this pencil is darker, so you still don't need to press hard. I'm pretty much using the same technique as before, but now that I have the foundations of the drawing, I can distinguish the correct lines from the incorrect ones by using this darker shade. In terms of shading, we're not too fussed about it being refined. That's the whole point of a sketch. So I'm just doing some cross-hatching, and that means that I do a series of consecutive lines in one direction, and then the same thing in the other direction. You can build up the darker shades by working in light layers, but if you don't mind having that shiny finish that generally graphite has, then you can just press as hard as you like. So it's up to you now to decide what you do at this point. There are a few routes that you can take. I personally just do those preliminary lines to then use charcoal for my shading. You might do the same. You might be happy with a plain outline with no shading. You might want to do what I'm doing now, which is just rough shading where the pencil marks are all visible. From this, you could build it up in multiple layers and do something very realistic, in which case you would have to eliminate any solid lines that you have, particularly around the lighter edges of the rose petals, and you would add a shadow in the background. So the beauty of it is that it's completely up to you. I hope these techniques helped you for whatever artistic style you have. If so, please like and subscribe to see more of my work. Be creative, and thanks for watching.